How's it going, everyone? Today we've got matchup number 2 as I try to play through all the Mad Titans Shadow scenarios on heroic difficulty using heroes from the same wave and trying to use each aspect at least once throughout the wave. It's part of my larger challenge to beat every scenario in the game on heroic difficulty using a different hero. Today we're playing against Tower Defense. Tower Defense, typically considered one of the easier scenarios in the game. You can game it a little bit. We'll do a scenario breakdown in a little bit here once I talk about this Spectrum protection deck I'm playing today. So Spectrum is one of the heroes who just comes straight up aerial in hero form. So she makes good use out of Ever Vigilant. She has a roughly 3-3-3 stats in essence because of her ability to flip between these different form upgrades. She can't flip as freely as some other heroes might be able to, but whenever she flips from alter ego to hero form, she can pick one of these forms to turn into. So either +2 defense, +2 thwart, or +2 attack. Also, when you flip to one of these forms, you deal either 1 damage to an enemy, remove 1 threat from a scheme, or heal 1 from Spectrum. So she's a very flexible hero. A good opportunity to use protection in this wave because Spectrum has effectively 3 thwart if she wants to go to photon form. So that can help her keep pace with the thwarting, one of protection's usual weaknesses, especially by playing additional ready effects from Ever Vigilant and What Doesn't Kill Me. We have a pretty good control of threat throughout the game. Since I want to play both of these, makes sense to play Power of Protection. When you're playing Power of Protection, it makes sense to find other 2+ cost protection cards to play. Playing some Hard Knocks, it lines up well against this scenario. We have lots of 3 and 4 health minions that it can deal with pretty efficiently. We've also got the 2 villains with Corvus and Proxima Midnight, so they're not defeated until they're both reduced to 0, but actually I guess that doesn't make it too much different from just having a single 1 villain in play. Pretty generic mix of allies. Like I said, I wanted to bias a little bit more towards the protection ones so that they can be paid for with the Power of Protection. A little sparse on resource generators. Deft Focus is just excellent with Spectrum because she has a lot of superpowers. She comes with 2 copies of Energy Duplication, which is just a really strong 2-cost upgrade, can generate a hero resource every turn. So I'm playing 1 Quinn Carrier with build support to help get it out. Spectrum can clear build support very easily, thwarting for 3 when she's in photon form. Specialized Training is a nice one as well, just because she has pretty good thwarting overall. So it's easy enough to clear, and then can give additional value throughout the game. So yeah, nothing too crazy going on with the deck. It's kind of a generic, good stuff deck, but it pieces together a few cards that the average hero can't take the best advantage of, like Ever Vigilant and What Doesn't Kill Me. So nothing too crazy. Should be a functional deck against other scenarios as well. Hard Knocks is really the only mildly scenario-specific card here, but it wouldn't be crazy to bring it in another matchup. So I think a fairly portable deck overall, but we'll see today how it does against Tower Defense on heroic difficulty. I always like to talk about the scenario a bit, just in case you are unfamiliar or need a refresher. So this scenario is a bit unique in that it's got two villains and 2 main schemes. We've also got the Avengers Tower environment that we're essentially trying to protect. The way the villains work is there's this focused defense card that will attach to the side scheme and basically bounce back and forth between the 2 main schemes, and whichever villain is associated with the scheme is who is considered the active villain. So that's who will activate during the villain phase, and this changes villains every player phase, so it'll be swapping back and forth every single turn. They've both got abilities that are Force Interrupt or Force Response when they attack. So in Proxima's case, we either deal 1 damage to Avengers Tower or give her +2 attack for the attack. In Corvus's case, we discard the top card of the encounter deck and deal 1 damage to Avengers Tower for each boost icon on that card. Now, if Avengers Tower ever reaches 9 damage, we flip it to the damaged side, and if it takes 9 damage again, we lose the game. So, Corvus Glaive, it's really not preferred to have him attack because that'll deal some automatic damage to Avenger's Tower. If we look at his main scheme, when it's completed, we don't lose or anything. All that happens is we remove all threat from the stage and deal ourselves 1 face-down encounter card. So Corvus is someone who it's much better to have scheming than attacking, because this basically turns, when it completes, it turns into an encounter card. So that encounter card may even represent less burden to overcome than simply thwarting this for 6. So when 6, 7, or 8 threat is removed, that's honestly about equivalent to an encounter card. So really this main scheme is generally ignorable. Whereas in Proxima's case, her attack is, we can give her +2 attack and block it with an ally. So there's really nothing bad happens when we're able to do that, or if she's attacking and we've just got a tough status. Whereas her main scheme is really, we do not want her main scheme to reach the threshold of 6. When it would be completed, we remove all threat and deal 6 damage to Avenger's Tower. So this is the main scheme that's actually the main scheme threat in this scenario. Usually when the main scheme just goes out, we lose the game, but in this case, this is dealing damage to Avenger's Tower, and that eventually makes us lose the game. So we really don't want Proxima scheming. We really don't want Corvus attacking. And because this flips perfectly every turn of the game, we can have our hero flip every turn of the game to where we're in hero form when Proxima is the active villain, and in alter ego form when Corvus is the active villain. And it works out pretty well because focus defense is on Proxima for the first villain phase. So we flip up to hero form on our first turn, we'll be in the right sequence for the rest of the game. So encounter cards to be aware of, they each have 2 copies of this card that says, Proxima Midnight activates against you or Corvus activates against you. So this can cause them to go off schedule a little bit if Proxima is the main. If Proxima is the villain who's attacking for this villain phase, but this is the encounter card we draw, then Corvus is going to get a chance to attack us, which we usually don't want to let him have happen. So that's something to kind of be aware of between both of those. Vice versa, Proxima might be allowed to scheme if she draws this while we're in alter ego form, even if Corvus is the villain for the turn. They've each got an attachment that gives them some abilities, not too hard to discard. Rain Fire is a notable card. This is the only other card that automatically deals damage to Avenger's Tower. This deals 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. Although as a boost ability, it can also deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower if it's drawn as a boost on an attack that defeats an ally. So that's something to keep aware of as well. Direct Assault, this is a card that goes on the non-active villain and boosts their next attack. If that attack defeats an ally, deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. This one is a bit harder to work around because it's a very large attack, and we love to block very large attacks with allies, but then that deals damage to Avenger's Tower. So we might just have to take that, or might just have to accept the 3 damage, might just have to take the attack if we're at a really generous life total. Tough status is ideal for dealing with Direct Assault. Bound by Blood is a healing card for them. I'm playing the recommended modular set here, which is Armies of Titan, right? I mean, it's thematic. I'm not super motivated to change that. And it gives us a cluster of minions here that are all fairly weak. So I mentioned we're playing Hard Knocks in the deck. You can see why there's not a single minion with more than 4 health. So these guys, when they enter, we have to either deal 1 damage to Avenger's Tower or deal 2 damage to our identity. So, I mean, we could choose either depending on the situation of the game. Armies of Titan comes with these relatively small minions, a couple of side schemes that draw out a minion when defeated. City Under Attack, this is an interesting side scheme that's probably a net benefit when we draw it, or at least maybe neutral. It only comes in with 3 threat, and when defeated, we draw a card. So it's like 1 Spectrum activation, and we draw a card back right away, so it's like a pretty neutral card. So all in all, it's not a terribly difficult scenario. There's a handful of extra activations. There's no automatic damage to the hero. There's no automatic threat added outside of those activations. They're very susceptible to stunning and confusing, so you saw we're playing Iron Fist, Mockingbird, and Professor X in the deck. Right when we get on that cadence of flipping back to forth alter ego to hero form. We can't, we got to be somewhat careful, just, the damage can, 6 damage when this completes is a lot to put on Avenger's Tower. So if that happens even once in a game, assume we're going to draw these rain fires as we go through the deck. So we can't just waste our time forever. Like, there is some clock there, but ultimately it's not as burdensome as it would be if it was just, a really low main scheme threshold, for example. So there we go. We're prepared to get into the game. Let's do it. So this matchup takes up a bit more space than usual. Designate this sort of area here off to the side for encounter cards. But when we start, main scheme 2A gives us a Black Order Besieger minion. Forced response after he engages you, either deal 1 damage to Avenger's Tower or deal 2 damage to your identity. So I'm going to deal 2 damage to my identity. It actually turns on What Doesn't Kill Me as a playable card, because we need to have some sustained damage in order to play that. So I might take at least 1 more attack from Proxima on purpose at some point, just to have sustained damage. We've got Avenger's Tower in play on the Stronghold side. When it takes 9 damage, it flips, takes 9 damage again, we lose. Our opening hand, we're going to look for resource generators, allies, same as usual. We can kill the Besieger just with turning to Gamma form as we flip to hero form. So don't need to mulligan for a specific answer to that necessarily. Doubles are nice. Might just keep doubles and Mockingbird to have something good to spend a double on. Sure. We don't quite have the right one for What Doesn't Kill Me. I actually might just Gamma Blast here right off the bat. We prefer to have a resource generator to set up. I think Gamma Blast is better than What Doesn't Kill Me. So let's go to hero form. I'm going to go to Photon form, remove 1 threat from here. I'm not getting any value from Gamma Blast having overkill, so I want Gamma Blast to flip me to Gamma form. Basically, this way I get the response on Photon plus the response on Gamma. So here's 3 for Gamma Blast, targeting, let's do Corvus. So it changes me to Gamma. As a response, I'll deal 1 to Proxima, and then deal 7 damage to an enemy. Then I'll attack the Besieger for 3. Pay 3 for Mockingbird. Stun Proxima. And let's just thwart this for 1. Yeah. So after the player phase is over, we flip Focus Defense over to Proxima. One threat on the main schemes. Proxima is stunned from attacking. And 2 encounter cards. Advance, so Proxima schemes for 1. Just 1, okay, a really nice advance that also got rid of the other advance. Another Black Order Besieger. I think just like before, I'm inclined to take 2 damage so that I can always have damage to heal off with what doesn't kill me. We've got Hard Knocks. That could take out the Besieger. That would be the only thing I get to play, really. Confusing Proxima is usually in my game plan just because this scheming out is so bad. In which case I would want to play Professor X. That would be the only thing I play this turn. But I could play Professor X and keep Nick in hand for next turn. I'm going to attack this Besieger for 3. Yeah, let's keep Nick for next turn. I know this seems kind of bad, but it's one of those scenarios where it's pretty hard to actually lose if we just hyper focus on that. We're not as desperate to make value plays early on. And thwart there. Mockingbird can just kind of wait, honestly. Now, I guess let's thwart for 1 on Armies of Thanos, just to hopefully not get another encounter card this turn. Flip down. Okay, after the player phase, this switches. Step 1, Corvus schemes for 2 plus discard a random card from hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, shoot. That's Nick. 2 encounter cards. Shadow of the Past. Of course, now I'm going to regret not getting more resources set up already. And then, oh, okay, well, Caught Off Guard is going to surge because I have nothing to discard. So let's shuffle this first. I do have Gamma Blast to defeat Radioactive Man. And I possibly leave Reactor Meltdown in play so that I can still block with Mockingbird this turn. All right, Surge off of Caught Off Guard, Rainfire, 3 damage to Avengers Tower. Professor X is discarded end of turn. So not a great hand. I can play Gamma Blast, but nothing else besides a Speed of Light. I'm also very tempted to recover right now, because I might have to take an attack from Proxima. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't have a great activation. I'll recover for 3. Flip to hero form. Same as before, I want Gamma Blast to flip me, although I do get the overkill value now. So it's kind of the same. Okay, as I flip, I'm going to go to Gamma. Deal 1 damage to Proxima. I'm going to Speed of Light. Speed of Light. I'm going to flip to Pulsar, heal 1, and draw. Amazing. Pay 1 for Specialized Training. And then pay 3 for Gamma Blast. So I'll flip to Gamma. Deal 1 more to Proxima. And then deal 7 to Radioactive Man. Save Mockingbird for a block. Kind of made it a long time without seeing one of my resource generators. I guess Quinn Carrier, but yeah, no energy duplication, no deft focus yet. Okay, this moves. Step 1. Proxima attacks, we'll give her +2 attack, and Mockingbird will block. Mockingbird dies. 2 encounter cards. Radioactive Blast. When revealed in hero form, take 2 damage. Helping us out a bit almost with, now I can play what doesn't kill me again. And then City under attack. So 3 threat side scheme, but when defeated, the player who defeated it draws a card. Oh, awkward turn here. Can't play build support because I got Specialized Training in play. Would really like it if I was in Photon form. Yep, this is just pretty bad. Not like game losing bad, but just not gaining tempo good. Our attack is still 3, so I think I still would rather just attack. Although I could thwart for 1 or something. Okay, yeah. I'm going to thwart for 1. play Polaris. Give herself a tough. I was assuming I'd save that tough for an attack. I might just get a head start on one of these. If I thwart Reactor Meltdown, I think the when defeated hits the tough before my consequential does. I guess it's the same either way. But since I'm flipping down anyways, it's not like she'll have a great opportunity to block. Okay, we'll thwart for 1. I'll just do it here. I mean, just in case we get like master plan, would be a disaster. So the when defeated actually hits my tough, and then, I mean, whichever order is correct, it's the same end result. Flip 2 alter ego. Probably discard both of these end of turn. Just really need to see energy duplication. I've got all 3. You know what? I've got all 3 Ever Vigilant in the deck, so I might keep Power of Protection. Help me do some thwarting next turn. And the turn. This flips to Corvus. 1 threat on both Corvus schemes for 2 plus add the other villain's scheme. So 3 puts this to 8, which will make it go off and deal us 1 encounter card. Then we get our normal 2 and start flipping. Under fire number 1. Corvus is Glaive. So he has Retaliate 1, and as a hero action, spend a energy and a physical to discard. Under fire number 2. Direct Assault attached to the villain who is not the active villain. It's +2 attack. When it attacks, the attack gains ranged. If it defeats an ally, deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. Well, that might have to just happen because that's a 7 damage attack, possibly. Proxima's Power. Proxima activates, so that's going to be a scheme which is negated by the confusion. Assault, Surges, and Alter Ego. Gang Up, Surges, and Alter Ego. Sap Power. Attached to your identity. After your turn ends, take 1 damage, but spend 2 energy resources and Alter Ego to discard. Okay. So it works out for me to play either Ever Vigilant or Daredevil. Oh, I'm going to draw a card from City Under Attack. So in that case, I could play Ever Vigilant, Energy Duplication. I'll be drawing 1 more card, so then I could play either Daredevil or the other Ever Vigilant. And probably Daredevil because I want a blocker. So yeah, I won't discard Sap Power for a while. Flip to hero form. Go to Photon. Remove 1 threat from Specialized Training. Thwart city under attack for 3. When defeated, draw a card. Ooh, Iron Fist is very interesting. He could negate Proxima Midnight's nasty attacks there for a while. Could still play Energy Duplication plus Iron Fist. We know there's no advances, so no risk of Proxima Midnight scheming this turn, even though this will get up to 4 threat. I really just like Iron Fist right now. Could keep 1 card in hand. Could just keep Ever Vigilant in hand. Or Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is such a nice card. Okay, I'm going to keep Blue Marvel in hand. So I'll pay 2 for Energy Duplication. And pay 4 for Iron Fist. Attack Proxima for a total of 3. And a stun. I like keeping this at 4 because it's perfectly enough for a photon, what's it called? The thwart event to defeat it. And I'll just save Polaris as well. No immediate need for damage. And end the turn. Okay, 1 threat to the mains. Proxima is stunned. 2 encounter cards. Landing Craft, Side Scheme. When defeated, discard until we hit a minion and put it into play. Another Direct Assault. Oh, sorry. Forgot to move this to Proxima. So now both villains have a Direct Assault. Although Corvus might never attack, so that might be ignorable. Oh, so after my turn ended, I should have taken 1 damage from Sap Power. So I can play Energy Duplication plus Blue Marvel. Or I could clear Landing Craft and see what's coming first. Let's do that first. Well, I mean, we know it'll be a maximum 4 health minion. Yeah, it doesn't really change anything. Okay, I'm going to thwart Landing Craft. When defeated, discard till we hit a minion. So Besieger. I'm going to choose to deal 1 damage to the tower. Because damage is usually done in chunks of 3, 1 damage isn't really that different from, or 4 isn't really that different from 3, because it already pops if this pops. Rain Fire adds it in chunks of 3. Direct Assault adds it in chunks of 3. and my health is a little precarious with the sap power. So I might as well, yeah, of course, yeah. I'm going to Speed of Light to flip to Gamma, deal 1 damage to this guy, draw a card, pay 2 for energy duplication, pay 3 for Blue Marvel. Let's flip back to Photon, remove 1 threat here, Polaris attacks, finishing off the Besieger, Blue Marvel, thwarts for 2. 4 is also a good number here just for flipping to Photon and thwarting it. Do I want Iron Fist to... Yeah, I guess I want Iron Fist to attack right away. Just in case I want to play an ally next turn and you can clear out the ally slot efficiently. Okay, attacking Proxima for a total of 3 and a stun. Flip to Alter Ego form. End of turn, take 1 damage. Run through the deck. Photon Speed. Got Ironheart's got Photon Beam. Captain Marvel got Photon Blast. Lots of photons getting thrown around. Step 1. Corvus Schemes for 2, 3. If damage from this attack defeats an ally, deal 3 to Avenger's Tower. That does not happen, so he just adds 3. Oh, forgot to flip this again. 2 more encounter cards. Bound by Blood. Heal 2 damage from each villain. Give each villain a tough status card. So, I mean, it's a lot of health, but it's, not an immediate threat. Our Obligation, can't change forms, but we can exhaust to get rid of it. And then Corvus activates again, so he's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3, 4. This pops. Get another encounter card, and it's a Black Order Infantry. So right away I'll just exhaust to remove this. Got a Hard Knocks to kill the Black Order Infantry. If I want to discard this, I'd have to spend Deft Focus, which doesn't sound great. But I don't have infinite hit points. This might be playing it a little safe, but I'm going to do it. Spend 2 energy to discard this. Flip to hero form. Go to Gamma. Deal 1 to Proxima, remove her tough. Oh, also, yeah, removing this would be, that would take away any value from the Hard Knocks tough. So I'll pay 3 for Hard Knocks on the Black Order infantry. When defeated, give the villain a tough. So the villain is Corvus right now, who's already got a tough. And then I'll pay 2 for Photon Speed. Flip to Photon form. Remove 1 threat here. Photon Speed removes 4 threat here. And what do I want to get? This is a hero where it's truly, I mean, I truly could get the attack one or the thwart one. It's almost certainly one of those. Kind of feel like the attack one. I mean, thwarting, we basically never need to thwart for more than 3 this game. I'm going to get the attack one. I think. Do we have that? Can't recall what the other card from the Radioactive Man set is. Don't know if it's a Treachery that can deal 1 damage to everybody. That would be kind of awkward. I can live with that even if it happens. But I'll save Blue Marble's activation. Okay, move over here. Step 1, Proxima stunned. 2 encounter cards. Proxima activates. Okay. Oh, I didn't actually... Okay, I forgot to give myself the tough from Hard Knocks. Yeah, so... Yeah, so I'll just let this attack hit me. I'll give her +2 attack. So it's an attack for 7 plus a boost of 0. And that attack gains range. If that attack defeats an ally, deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. At the end of that attack, discard Direct Assault. So 7 damage goes on to tough. We discard the Direct Assault. Outrider, discard a card at random from hand. 1 through 5. 1. Okay, not too bad of a turn. Take an opportunity to discard Corvus's Glaive. I need an energy and a physical resource. I'm going to Speed of Light, flip to Gamma. Deal 1 to Corvus, and draw. So then I'll spend an energy and a physical. Okay, I might as well just spend this as a physical. Physical and an energy, and take 1 damage to discard Corvus's Glaive. Oh, I should have drawn a card first. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I'll attack Corvus for 4, since I've got +1 attack. draw a card. Doesn't really change anything. I think my preferred play is Mockingbird here. So I'm going to have Iron Fist attack Outrider for 2. Maybe Quinn Carrier is just the play. Keep the resources flowing. Or just keep Gamma Slam because we're close enough to winning. Or just play Gamma Slam. It's You know me, I'm always playing it boring and playing safe. Okay, I'm going to keep Gamma Slam in hand, but I'm going to play Mockingbird for 3. Stun Proxima Midnight. Blue Marvel Thwart for 2 here. Mockingbird attack Corvus for 1. Actually, let's Thwart for 1. Flip 2 Alter Ego. And end the turn. One threat on the main schemes. Corvus schemes for 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I guess there's 2 sap power in the deck. Okay, then 2 encounter cards. Only 1 left in the deck, so we'll run it out. Get some acceleration tokens. Card number 1, Black Order Infantry. Corvus is cunning. Corvus activates, so he's going to scheme for 1, 2, discard 1 card at random from hand. 1 through 6. 1. It's always the card you keep in hand from the previous turn. And then that finishes Armies of Thanos, so we get another card. This is a Besieger. I think same rule as before. I don't mind dealing 1 more damage to Avengers Tower. Once it gets to 6, that's a significant difference. But 5 is not really different from 4, which is not really different from 3. Okay. I can play a Hard Knocks. And at least one of these cards. We'll see what I draw. Or I could play, no. flip to hero form. Yeah, got no way to flip, so we'll just go to Gamma. Deal 1 damage to Corvus. Gonna attack this guy for 4. When defeated, gives Corvus a tough. I draw a card. Speed of Light's not a bad card to keep in hand going into next turn. I pay 3 for Hard Knocks, killing this guy, getting a tough. If I happen to draw a 1-cost card, like Build Support, I could play that. I don't want to risk getting stuck out of Gamma form, though. I'm going to pay 2 for what doesn't kill me. Ready and heal 2. Attack. Proxima for 4. Mockingbird, thwart 1. Discard Ever Vigilant, I think. And end the turn. Now we get 2 threat on both of the main schemes. This flips to Proxima. Proxima is stunned. And 2 encounter cards. Corvus's Glaive is back. And Sap Power is back. So I currently don't have 2 energy resources to spend in Alter Ego form. So that could be annoying. I'm also significantly probably overkilling one of these guys a little bit. So I think because of my tough, I possibly can't pay this cost. Hero action, take 1 damage and spend those resources. So I don't actually think I'm allowed to do that. But I can just attack and get retaliated first. Okay, I'm gonna attack Corvus. Knock off his tough. He knocks off mine. Draw. Ooh, that's a nice draw. Play Power of for what doesn't kill me. Heal 2. Ready. I think I want to just use up some allies here to damage efficiently. Still got Nick, Professor X, Starhawk in the deck. No, not Starhawk, Daredevil. So we'll get some more allies back. Let's have Polaris attack Corvus for 2. Mockingbird attack Proxima for 1. So now they're both defeated. We go to stage 3. Corvus on 14. Proxima on 15. Oh, I guess I could have flipped back and forth to do one of those. Not a big deal. So this needs, okay, energy and physical. Okay, here's a physical, here's an energy. Take 1 to discard the glaive. Attack Proxima for 4. Yeah, I'll keep a double resource in hand. So I'll pay 2 for Ever Vigilant. Remove 2 threat from here. And ready. Attack Proxima for 4. Flip to Alter Ego. After turn ends, take a damage. Plenty of stuff to do there. Flips here. 2 threat on the main schemes. Corvus schemes for a lot now. Geez, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that pops it. So get a card from that, and 2 more cards. City under attack. Assault surges. Corvus activates for 3, 4. Oh, both Rain Fires gone already. And another city under attack. Could be a point in the game where I don't clear those anymore, though. I guess Professor X can clear one, because I'll have plenty of resources. Okay. Flip to hero form. Go to gamma form. Deal 1 to Corvus. Attack Corvus for 4. Draw a card. Pay 2 for Ever Vigilant. Ready. Remove 2 threat from here. Pay 3 for Hard Knocks. dealing 4 to Corvus. Pay 3 for Professor X. Confusing Proxima. Ordered badly here. But we'll thwart one of these and draw a card. Might have played Nick, maybe not. Attack Corvus for 4. Guess I'll keep Nick in hand. He's a type of card that's always just good to keep. You can refresh a bad hand. Take 1 damage from Sap Power, end of turn. Run out the deck. If we draw a Gamma Slam, lots of hands result in a win here. Okay, this shifts to Proxima. Step 1, Under Siege goes up to 4, Armies of Thanos goes up to 6, so we'll get another encounter card there. Proxima activates, I'll just give her plus attack, block with Professor X. And chain of 4 encounter cards for the grand finale. Radioactive Blast, take 2 damage. Proxima activates, Blue Marvel blocks, we'll give her plus 2 attack. I actually do have Pulsar Shield if I need to in hand. But Blue Marvel's blocking this one. Attack comes in for a bajillion. Blue Marvel dies. Proxima's Spear attacks, plus 1 attack, attacks will have Overkill and Piercing. And then Radioactive Man is back. So, I'd be very shocked if I don't have it here. Attack for 4 on Proxima. Draw. Yeah, that's gotta do it. Pay 2 for Ever Vigilant. Remove 2 here. Ready. Attack Proxima for 4. Play Daredevil. Attack Corvus for 1. Alright, there we go. Tower defense, yeah, not the most challenging scenario, but if you're not careful in a few ways, it can sneak up on you. We got lucky. I was lucky to hit those rain fires as boost cards, because that's like the scheme clock as opposed to the life total clock in this game. Yeah, Spectrum is a fun hero, swapping between those 3 forms. He feels very flexible. Feels a lot like Storm to me. I've been playing a lot of Storm recently. Flipping between these forms, kind of like flipping between your weather. You can adapt. You're very adaptable to whatever you want to do any given turn. She can afford to flip back and forth a lot. This scenario is pretty generous to being able to flip back and forth a lot. And yeah, Ever Vigilant is just great with her. What Doesn't Kill Me is great with her. So nice protection deck that's not too hamstrung by a lack of thwarting, because Spectrum's a 3 thwart hero who can ready all the time. So I like that deck. I hope you like that matchup. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one where we take on Thanos.